A hemispherical water tank has an inside diameter of 10 feet. If the water has a density of 62.4 pounds per cubic foot, what is the weight of the water in the full tank? To the nearest pound. So first of all, what is our goal in this problem? We want pounds. That's our goal. So like we did in the other questions, let's stick with writing pounds first because that's our goal. Now here, is there anywhere in the problem they mention anything about pounds? Right here. So let's write this down. 62.4 pounds goes with per cubic foot. Per means 1 and cubic foot. Now, remember, the goal is to have only pounds on top, which means we have to cancel diagonally cubic feet. So I know this has to be in my numerator. Now I look in the whole problem and to see if there is any cubic feet, and there is no other information. And so think about what gives you cubic feet. That would be volume. Volume measures how much space something takes up, and it measures the cubic units. So here we need to find the volume of the hemisphere. Now let's write down volume, and then let's look at the formula sheet. So if you look at the formula sheet, there is no formula for the volume of a hemisphere, but they do have a volume formula for a sphere. So let's write this down first. So the volume formula for a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Now, always remember, anytime I say the F word, fraction, you must put parentheses. So fraction goes in parentheses. Now, what is a hemisphere? Well, let's think about, we know that a semicircle means half a circle. And so what would a hemisphere be? Well, just like semicircle, hemisphere means half a sphere. So we need to alter this volume of a sphere formula so that we have the volume of a hemisphere. Now, if this is for the full sphere, what do we have to do to find half of it? Well, that means we got to divide this number by 2. Now, if I put this in the calculator, parentheses, 4 divided by 3, parentheses, divided by 2, I get some strange decimal, 0.6 repeated. And remember, you press math, frac, enter, and then the calculator will change this into simplified fraction form, which is 2/3. Now, to avoid having to do all this work in the near future, you will just remember that when you want to find the volume of a hemisphere, instead of 4/3, you would put 2/3 and then pi r cubed. So now let's continue. Going back to the question, we wanted to cancel the cubic feet, so we're finding the volume of the hemisphere. So here we have 2/3 pi, and then the radius, they didn't give us the radius, they gave us the diameter. So if the diameter is 10 feet, that means the radius is half of 10, which is 5 feet. So now let's plug that in, 5 to the 3rd power. Remember, anytime you're putting fractions in the calculator, make sure you put parentheses. Make sure that when you're putting pi in the calculator, you're pressing second, caret, and then you multiply by 5 to the power 3. Remember to use that exponent button. For 3, you use caret 3. And when you put this all in the calculator, we get 261 261.7993. And always remember to write your units, it's cubic feet. So now let's enter that here. 261.7993 cubic feet. Now, going back to the main part of the problem, we want to find pounds. We have the pounds, and now we're going to cancel the cubic feet. Now, I like things balanced, so if the first one was a fraction and this one isn't, let's just put that invisible one on the bottom. And so now let's put this in the calculator. I'm going to put 62.4 times 261.7993, and I get 16,336.2763 pounds. Now the question says round it to the nearest pound, and so that would be the whole number, and so it's 16,336 pounds, which is choice 1.